Hey guys, what is up? Today I'm bringing you a game that I had in my North Carolina. I think it was the day after the patch dropped. It was basically my first time playing this ship since the patch had dropped. So I'm kind of getting used to the new turn radius on it, and you'll see I get caught out on the side once during the battle. But I wanted to show this one off because it shows how much teamwork can really affect your gameplay. And you'll see I'm divisioned with Tweet, he's a good friend. And we were in a team speak together so we could coordinate our attacks. And it really affected how this game turned out, and it led to some really impressive moments. So as we start this off, we're just gonna kind of chill here till we figure out what the team is doing. I think this is also the first video I've done since I've had that pirate ship flag on my, well, not just my North Carolina, but all my ships. But looks like we're gonna head to the A point today. And I mean, that's not unusual. A lot of times that's where the battleships go on this side of the map. And J30 over there is gonna take his turpits up the middle. Good player, by the way. I had full confidence in him doing this. Not thinking it was the best idea, but I thought it'd be kind of entertaining, and I mean, he's a great player, so I really didn't have a problem with doing it. Not that everybody should be doing it, because like Jingle said, it's suicide. um, but yeah, we're gonna kind of partner up with Tweet over here and get into position to smash up the enemy. Now our team has more destroyers than the enemy, but we're weaker in battleships as they have two Izumo class battleships, the tier 9 Japanese. And me and Tweet and J30 are the biggest battleships on our team, and we're all in tier 8s. So we don't really win in the firepower department, at least at long range. And of course we don't have as many cruisers, so that doesn't help either. But we do have destroyers, and they had a pretty good buff this patch. But there's an Izumo already, so we're gonna line up and pop some shots at him. We can see all their cruisers starting to line up and come around this corner too, so don't really want to be within torp range all those Tatagos. Not fun to get caught by those. I just like how perfectly lined up our ships are, and that's unintentional really. It's just both of us having the same ideas of when to turn, and at some points we do tell each other that we are turning out, but really it's not that much of a problem. A lot of torpedoes in there. Throw some shots at the Yatago. Tweet's gonna follow him up. And of course I missed because I still really hate the arc that the North Carolina has for its guns. I'm really used to the Japanese arc for its cannons, but I'm kinda getting used to it. North Carolina is one of my better ships, even though I really don't like playing it, but it just takes me a couple shots to get used to the arc, as this York's gonna find out in a second here. 7,000 damage, not a bad way to start off. I did a little bit to the Izumo out there too, so we're a little bit higher than that. But we're really trying not to get close. They didn't have any long-range torpedoes on their destroyers. I think they had one American destroyer, and they had a Tashkent, which is the tier 8 Russian destroyer. Neither of them are known for superiority in torpedoes. So we're kind of sitting back. We don't want to get close to the cruisers that do have the long-range torpedoes. And speaking of which, if you look on the mini-map in the channel, J30 just met a destroyer in the channel. It's the tier 7 Sims that was on the enemy team, and he killed it. A Tirpitz just killed a Sims in close quarter. I mean, he didn't come off scot-free. He's on very low health, and I'm not sure if the cruisers or the enemy CV finishes him off, but he won't last too much longer. But still, he killed a Sims close range, and props to him. That's really good. And by all means, go have fun in this game. It's not all about winning. A little replay glitch there. My guns were in fact on target. I am not hacking. It is a known replay glitch that sometimes it shows a shot out before the gun's turn. But that York's gonna get finished off by our destroyers, and there's a Tashkent that I kinda want to kill. He's got no engines and nowhere to go, so there. Some nice damage to him. That's one thing I like about shooting at Russian destroyers. Sometimes AP will pen them and do full damage. It's not citadel damage, but it's the penetration damage, and that wrecks destroyers pretty hard. I've seen it a lot more with the Tirpitz because it has smaller guns, but once in a while I'll get it on these guns. And now we got that North Carolina to deal with. He's in the cap, so we don't want him in the cap. So we're gonna see if we can reset that and see if we can do some major damage to him. Tweet, reset it. And there's a nice hit on him. That'll make him fall back. Kinda wish I got a citadel there, but I don't think I completely placed those shots right. Like I said, I'm not used to this arc, and I don't like how the US shells hit the ships. It feels like they hit at a very awkward angle, but I make them work. And we're staying angled so that we don't take any penetrations from these two battleships that are out in front of us. And of course I'm sailing full steam ahead at them because I want to get close range, but now that Otago popped up and I don't really want to get so close. But if we can take care of him, we can get in close. So shots out that way. And, well, one citadel. He'll probably try to repair that, and his repair got buffed this patch, so yeah, not much good accomplished there. He's still gonna try to torpedo me if I get too close. I'm angling. I'm trying to turn out now that the Suzumo just fired, but I think I forgot that there was a North Carolina back there, and I'm flat onto him as I citadel the Izumo, and wham! Right into the side, right into my citadel. That was probably 2 hits to the citadel. Not quite sure, but he hit me good, and I'm surprised I didn't take more damage. And that's the turn radius. I mean, it got increased just enough that you can't really beat the reloads of some guns sometimes. So he caught me when I wasn't really angled, and that's going to take some getting used to. It's going to take more planning from battleship drivers. So just something to think about when you start playing this patch, or by the time this video comes out the patch will probably be a week old, so while you're playing this patch. But that Izumo's completely focused on me, and this is where I said the teamwork comes in. Because that Izumo's completely, utterly focused on me. He has no other targets that he wants to shoot at right now. And right now, Tweet is moving around to his side to try to get shots into his citadel, whereas I can't really pen him from the front. So I'm trying to present a nice, juicy target to him while I turn and fire my guns at him. A nice low health, juicy North Carolina that he just wants to kill. And I'm trying to make him focus me down so that Tweet can get around the side and just murder him. And it's working out pretty well, but now he's finally noticed Tweet's over there and he's turning his guns to shoot at him. But when he turned and angled towards him, it left me some shots at his side. He's still angled, but I can penetrate that. So I'm going to turn my ship around now that he's not aiming at me and blast him. And we'll get Tweet out of that predicament he's in. Out of those fierce Japanese secondaries. And if you look in the background, you can see that Lexington, which at the time, I thought, why the hell is the Lexington over there? He has no reason to be on the front line where we can shoot at him, especially since he stopped. And it's not a usual place for carriers to be over there. Well, if I actually looked at the minimap, and I did during the replay, we have 2 destroyers that flanked around, and he's really trying to kill them. But he's also run away from them, which leaves us to, well, it leaves open shots for us to do that to him and just demolish his health bar. And now he has to choose between dying to battleships and cruisers or going back to face those destroyers. And we're not going to give him the opportunity to choose. I'm going to hit him once more. I'm not going to do enough damage to kill him, but I think Tweet finishes him off. But yeah, he's not getting out of this. Poor Lexington. Such a nice ship. I kind of wish I had one, but I don't really like playing carriers that much. Especially since they change every single patch. And props to the guys who are great carrier drivers. You make or break some games. And I feel bad that they're constantly changing your class. But some of it's for the better, I think. And we're not shooting at this forward pointing North Carolina when there's a nice juicy Pensacola behind it. Which, if I can hit it with these American guns, which I just missed, is a nice citadel waiting to happen. And for all intents and purposes, my plan right here was to ram that North Carolina, because I thought that would make a fun ending to this game. And of course, Tweet just found an island over there. Come on, Tweet, it's a little early for a vacation. But that North Carolina is completely focused on him as I smash that Pensacola. But that North Carolina completely focused on him because he's stuck on an island. But Tweet is angled to that North Carolina, so he's not getting nice shots on him. So I'm just kind of moving up. I'm not quite sure if I want to ram him, because ramming right now would mean exposing a broadside to that Izumo. So I'm kind of wanting to get around the side when he starts turning to try to ram me. And I mean, that was a horrible shot. That was never going to penetrate, and neither will this one. But I squeak it out and I miss his ram. There's torpedoes behind us from the friendly destroyer or cruiser, I'm not sure which. And a couple of them, you'll hear it in a sec, catch him in the side, bring his health down. And if you look, he never turns his guns on me. He looked at me once, but then he completely focused on Tweet. And Tweet just got sank by this Izumo. I'm gonna trash the Izumo, and that'll be the end of the game. And that was an awesome show of teamwork. Thank you guys for watching. I really enjoy doing these. I really enjoy going out and playing the games, having people say hi. I really enjoy seeing feedback on these videos too, whether it's comments or likes. So be sure to do one of those, because I really enjoy seeing them, reading them, replying, so on and so forth. Feel free to find me on forums if you want. The World of Warships forums I'm really active on. And I'm also active on Steam if you want to find me there. And I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time.